lights.
Oh,
Makes it so. Turn out the lights.
I want to sing this song so bad.
It's so good. You hear Lexi quit? Lexi quit
What?
saying this.
What? I know I said
Yeah.
like an old man.
What?
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 I don't know why I said it like the guy from YMH. What?
What? Good morning, my queens.
Good morning,
I love you.
my queens.
Joe has no idea what we're
I made you nice hot breakfast.
Sounds
Proper.
familiar, actually.
I'll send you a clip. You'll fucking feel
What?
What? Good morning, my queens. I hope you can hear this. I know they can. I've heard this.
Cat Raider Roll, Raider Roll.
Well, hello there, and good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, or whenever you decide to watch this later on. Hello, I do. Is that how you said it? I do. No, I bid you adieu. Right? Farewell. I don't know. Farewell is goodbye.
That's au
This is
revoir.
hello.
The-
Au revoir.
Yeah, au revoir.
Hello. We should have learned that when we watched that French movie a couple weeks ago. I did not. I did not pay attention to that. There were
Shit.
too many.
Took 3 years
too
of
many
French, and I still suck. And I'm also French Canadian, so.
There's too many handsome things going on in that movie. But hey, you know what I do know? This is the Bonded by Horror show, and I am Eddie Vegas.
I am JC Walsh. Still the Raven Lunatic.
That's cute. You have a little coffee mug. Camper,
coffee mug is
Camper
cute, thank
Scrooge
you.
today, boys.
Camper Scrooge. I
Yeah,
like it.
that's and simple.
If you're the Raven Lunatic, Joe, then I'm the Gatorade.
Raid Eddie. Eddie Raid.
Hey,
Eddie Raid.
I'm gonna raid it, baby.
Oh, I might
Alright.
have a character name there. I'll write that down.
Here's what we got. We are technically, this is, if you're following along, episode 12, I believe. We're not numbering these. We're not real. I mean, we are, but we're not like holding them to a number. We're doing the Fear Street series that's on Netflix currently. And if you watch this later on, it's been out now. This one's been out for over a week. We're doing part 2, which is 1978. We're going to break that down. Nothing crazy today. Last week, we even went longer than we thought we were going to because some of us decided to rant about things. I don't know anything about that, but we're going to, right the ship and talk about this
I was
one.
about to say, don't worry, I got nothing this time. I have
No,
no
this
hot,
one I feel like is
I
a
have
little
no
more
hot
straightforward.
takes.
No, I don't
Very
think it was. Yeah. I will say, to get into it, I still need to rewatch the first one, but what I was gonna do is wait till I watch the third one. I'm probably gonna watch that tonight
Yeah,
or
that's
tomorrow.
yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And then once I do that and we talk about that episode, we're gonna do like a breakdown of the whole series, like what we love, what we hated, And so technically this is like a 4-part series, even though it's a 3-part series on Netflix. It's gonna be 4 kind of episodes for us, like
Draw
3 and
it
a half,
out.
really.
Get more.
Well, Bonded by Horror, it's 4.
Yeah, for us, exactly.
Get more eyes on
So-
me.
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 Baby.
So I will say right away, because we're not going to do like a breakdown, like shot by shot, like the section that we typically would do with like
yeah.
a movie. With these, they're really like really long episodes of a TV show, even though technically they are movies. They're really not. They don't feel like a movie when you watch them, and they also don't feel like a TV show. They're kind of like really right in the middle. These so far, I don't know how the third one's going to be. Joe, have you watched the third one yet?
I watched it last night. That one, I don't want to say too much. It definitely has that feeling because, like, they are movies, but they have that. The way we watch things today, they do have that like extended feeling. Like it's not filmed like a movie, but because of the fact it's 3 movies. But the way especially the way part 2 segments 2 separate scenes, it's very TV show-ish. Like you would see that like, oh, this will happen this episode, this will happen this episode.
I get you.
This one definitely feels like that, especially when you get to present day. It's like, oh, cool, all right. I was hoping to do this, but I was curious how they would do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'll be interesting to just sit down and watch all 3 in a row if you have like 6 hours because the third installment is the longest one by like 10 more minutes, almost 2 hours. They're all almost about 2 hours, but this one like hits it.
I'm gonna rewatch all of them over the next week. Like I'm gonna watch the third one and then I'm gonna give all three of them a shot, or even just like a quick watch through if I have to. What I did learn since the last show is I thought this was about like 1 or 2 books, maybe 3 books that were in a series. Apparently, this series is over 100 books like long in the catalog.
Wow, I didn't know it was 100. I know it was more than 3, but
Something like
that's
that.
wild.
Yeah. From what or somewhere around there, I watched a really cool video about it. This guy broke it down and he said that like he broke down like what he thinks he filmed the video. It was a guy on YouTube. I can't remember his name. I kind of feel bad about it now. I could probably look it up in a minute, but he broke down like how many of the books are in the series. And then he also, before the series actually came out, he was like, well, I'm going to just, from what I've seen based off of the trailers and everything else, I'm going to tell you where I think the stories are being like pulled from. Because again, it's essentially 100 books that they decided to take 3 stories.
And is it
or
all
like,
about
one big story from.
the Fear Witch or?
No, that I don't know. That's the only thing I'm going to have to try to look into
Gotcha.
and see if that guy went back and did another video. I only found the one. So I was trying to find review videos after we did ours last week because I wanted to see what people were thinking about it, and I wanted to see if I could learn some more stuff about it. But the guy did a pretty good job breaking it down. I'll try to link the video to you guys at least and let you guys see what
Yeah, I like to watch that.
It's pretty cool because I didn't realize. I thought it was like a series of 3 books, like just like we're seeing. Turns out it's like a legit like. You know, he did just as many of these as he did Goosebumps. Essentially, R.L. Stein did. So like, which is even crazier because that guy was pumping out a book once a month, twice a month.
Very
like,
prolific.
Literally, like pumping books out, and some of them are cheesy and kind of corny, but some of them are pretty fucking good.
Yeah, that's that charm though. Yeah.
You know, I think they have their spot in the world for like young horror people. You know, like, and it's cool that they have that. But the fact that this series is far more vast than I think any of us even knew. I thought that was kind of cool, and I want to kind of shed a little light on it. And it kind of helped me. I'm not going to change my score from last week. I still am going to stick with the 6.5 or whatever I gave the first episode. I still haven't rewatched the first episode, but I think it gave me a little more appreciation going into this one. And I honestly had a feeling I was going to like this one a little more. Anyways, spoiler alert, I did like this one more, which we're going to get into in a minute. I'm not going to go crazy talking about it again. We're gonna kind of do like these are like flash in the pan episodes. We're gonna try to. Last one we went on
like pans.
Rants. This one I'm not gonna get into. Well, actually, I have a couple issues. I will bring up 1 or 2 issues that I had with this one, and they're not far off. Like the most outlying issue I have with this is the same, like the number 1 issue I had with the other one, and it's not what you think it is. So stay tuned for that. So I'm gonna leave that there. I'm not gonna talk about it yet. I'll give you guys.
What do you mean there couldn't possibly be cell phones in this movie?
No, that's not what it was. See, so there you go.
I'm not feeding into this. No,
Nope.
no, I'm not doing it.
But there are witches, and there are really good kills in this episode. Or
yes, you
movie.
do.
There are,
and you have the awkward fat kid from Halloween.
That's the kid with the big forehead that looks like
the really chapped lips who gets killed by Michael. Michael has like one of the best kills with the fucking lights turning on and off, and the kid's like, "All right, Mister, you can stop doing that." And
Oscar in Halloween.
Yes,
he's I don't remember this character's name because I suck. Now
that's who I like visibly recognize, and it's like, oh, I know that kid. He's the simp that always dies.
Too. He was Gary. That's right. Gary.
Shucks.
I'd have to tune. I would have to look. I'm gonna look up the cast and see if I can remember his name. So I will say this: the absolute shining moment of this one, in my opinion, was I believe her name is Sadie Sink, who played Ziggy. She's also from Stranger Things, right?
Yes.
That girl was above and beyond everybody else. She was the absolute best actress in this entire so far out of the 2 that I've seen.
Excuse you, don't like the Jennifer Lawrence ripoff?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Was that from this one?
Yes. Yeah.
The short blonde hair girl.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that girl.
Thank you. She was terrible.
Oh, Alice.
Yeah. No, I'll spoil it. Dude, she ruined the movie for me.
She was a terrible actress.
Yep.
I thought she was fine. She didn't bother me.
She did okay.
It literally
she did a good enough job.
It just looks
I
like
liked her. I liked her better the second watch.
Yeah, I just felt like they tried taking her like they're like, oh, we need somebody that looks like Jennifer Lawrence, and that was as
I
close
mean,
as they could get.
Yeah, I don't think like that. I just think of like, you know, obviously if she's, you know,
No,
there's
that's
a
not
scene she's having
what they
sex there in
did, but-
Cherry Bomb, so she's kind of look like that late 70s punk. Like
My problem. Well, here's. I mean, again, we're not going to break down every scene, but here's one issue I had with they showed that girl, that the way they introduced Alice is her and her boyfriend having sex, right? They show this dude's bare ass, and they show him with his pants all the way around his ankles, whatever, which is fine.
I thought the same.
You know where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
And then they cut, and he just has his pants on.
And he has his pants on. Thank you.
But
that annoyed the shit out of me.
They don't ever show. Yeah, they don't, and both of them, they're fully clothed, like fully. And I'm not saying I want to see anybody naked. What I'm saying is like, you don't have to show somebody naked, but at least show the kid like pulling his pants back up.
And for the record, I wasn't annoyed. I wasn't annoyed that they didn't show her boobies because I don't. Or sorry,
no, that I don't care at all.
Because I didn't care about that.
No.
I got a little comment from a fan friend of ours. I think he's watching right now. He's got a text because he can't comment in Twitch. But I don't think he liked your comment, Ed. It's our good friend Nate. I think he disagrees with you.
Oh,
I think it's a Jennifer Lawrence thing. So shout out to Nate. By the way,
here's why I love Nate. Nate, I love you. We have to have marshmallows together soon. Here's my problem with that girl, and it's the same problem I had. So
she has
great. Now my phone be blown up. Thanks a lot.
I get that's okay. I guess I'll say it. I'll just say it. So might as well just get it out of the way. So one of the biggest issues I had with the first episode is the acting. Right, the two main girls in that first episode. What did I say? I said I couldn't stand the way they talked or something. There was something about the way they talked.
Yeah, she has like.
Thanks. I noticed the wisp now. I watched.
There's an issue. Now you want, but now when you rewatch the first one, no, but see, and so it shouldn't. It shouldn't bother me, but it does for some reason. I can't tell you why it does. It irritates me that I do have that problem. So this episode or show, whatever, this movie, the version part 2, whatever it is, 1978. Alice had a weird thing with her mouth, didn't understand how to act.
Yeah.
And then
I think she did too.
Like
yeah.
she keeps on doing this thing. And she's like, what's your problem, snitch? And she just kept on going like this. You know, we used to be friends. It used to be fun.
Yeah,
why aren't you fun?
It's like she constantly had a lemon in front of her.
Channel that.
I get it.
She wasn't the mean girl. She wasn't the mean girl. She was the edgy teenager, and also she was high as a kite throughout the entire movie. I mean, the character.
And I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Just didn't work for you.
Oh, I feel like the
worse than her by a lot is who's the other one? The sister that
Sheila,
Alice's ex best friend.
Oh, Cindy.
Ziggy's older sister. Cindy.
Oh, I thought Cindy was fine.
I liked Cindy.
Everything she says is really good.
I didn't notice that one.
Joe, she talks like this the whole time.
Man, you and mouths, dude.
Yeah, because she never moves her mouth. She never moves her mouth.
Yeah,
it's got this weird fixation
on mouth. It drives me fucking crazy. She never moves.
She has a weird fixation on people's mouths, and I don't really get it. Yeah,
and I think with her, now I can even debate with that. I think with her, she's trying to be like that tense, snotty character.
Right, but you can be.
And she says shit.
Here's the difference.
Oh shit!
Look at I think the youngest member of the cast, from what I noticed, as far as like the main cast, that Sadie Sink girl's only like 15 or something. She's young, or whatever she is, 16, whatever she is. That girl acts like when she's like looking at a camera, she talks to you and she's telling you.
No, she's awesome.
Showing you emotion, and she's trying to explain to you with her like she gets how to act. So she's acting, or she's frustrated, or she was great. The kid who played the Nick, no, the cop. Nick.
Yeah,
that kid
was good.
Fucking fantastic.
He was awesome.
Those two, the chemistry of those two,
I wish the movie
was fantastic. Those two were fantastic. I liked both of them a lot. I couldn't stand Alice and the older sister. Those two drove me fucking bananas.
Must have drove you nuts with them together too.
Oh
yeah, when they were down in the caverns or whatever.
When they were going back and forth, and the reason why they both had redeeming qualities at the end, where I still don't think that main character, the main character of the whole thing so far, from the first one, I don't know what her name is. What the fuck? I'm not going to read any of the names because I haven't written any of these down. I haven't taken any like actual notes.
I'm just bad with names in general.
The lead character from the whole thing, and her brother was Josh. What the fuck is
Dina and Josh.
Dina. So Dina, I still don't like. Like I watched her even in this episode because she's in a little bit of this one.
Yeah.
And she's got the same thing. Like there's something not believable about her. Where Josh feels like a kid. He feels like a dude. Like where shit's going on. That girl, Ziggy, fantastic. Like that girl knew how to act, dude. Like when you watch her on screen, she steals the scene every time she's in front of a camera. She gets it. She understands how to like.
Breaking her. Both frozen? Oh, there you are.
No.
Shit. I lost you guys for a second. It froze. Can you
That was
see me
weird.
now?
Yep.
Yeah, it was weird.
You guys are good.
So that that's some of my shit. I thought now like there was some overacting with like Sheila, who's the bad girl, but I didn't mind her being
Bad
an
girl.
overactor because she reminded me of this movie. But that's a different. I don't mind that.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it's supposed to be over exaggerated.
This movie, I know a lot of people are pulling are saying that this movie reminded them of Friday the 13th. Now that I watched it, I don't get it
in the sense that it's a guy in a camp. Then like that's it.
No, here's why. I already can tell you. I knew it right away, and then even more research. It's one of the only things I want to bring up. My joke was Jason eat your heart out because even though Jason's great, Jason barely kills any counselors or kids in the movies. Except for part 6, he finally attacks an actual camp full of counselors. Right. This is closer to part 6. Not only is it closer to part 6, but in the Baghead, it's kind of like part 2, Friday the 13th part 2, and they're both part 2, which is kind of cool.
And he's wielding an axe and stuff.
Yeah, the camp filmed in this movie is the same as that camp used in Friday the 13th part 6.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
So that's kind of cool. That's neat.
That's
cool. That's kind of neat because both movies, it's very similar style. It's very similar. Yeah. Where we finally see a killer actually kill people in camp counselors, and then and this kids actually, and then say they're part 6. So it's aligned. Alternate realities almost. Kind of weird.
That is pretty cool. The only thing about the cast that I could really say, and I think it's more of a. I think this is a plot point. This is my weird theory, and it sucks because unfortunately Joe has already seen it. So don't give it away.
Don't agree or disagree. Okay.
Yeah, I feel this is my theory that these kids are these kids by design. It's not by fucking choice. It's by fate. So you have the two stoner kids in the first and second movie, with Alice and her boyfriend that dies by the axe guy. He's like the first victim. You had that same thing in the first movie. You have the weird, awkward kid, which was, you could argue either Ziggy or the fat brother in the first movie, or Nick, or Nick, because Nick is like realistically that like kind of weird. He's that weird kid that likes Stephen King and he likes like, so he's also a book nerd like Josh is. Then you also have
weird.
So this is just my weird little theory that these two casts of characters are similar by design. You have these shady whatever the two warring factions are, the Romeo and Juliet sides, is by design.
Sunnyvale versus shady side.
Yeah, shady side.
Which you see that in this big time because you got the color wars.
The color wars, which that was really cool.
That was very cool. It's a very cool way to show. Again, you're not seeing the same way of the towns like in the '94 movie. You're seeing it in the style of camp
and like
competition.
And so like they do that with like Revenge of the Nerds and shit. But they did a really good job with this, I think. And plus it made it so it was reasonable for Tommy to get kills a little bit easier. Like that one scene like where all the kids are in jail and he just fucking butchers them all.
Oh, I thought that kid,
Tommy,
that's the one that turns into the killer.
Dude, he fucking looks creepy quick.
I thought he was great. I thought they did a really good job with him. Here's the difference. The way this one was shot compared to the first one, way better. It's shot like there are long drawn out scenes. It's not flashy. It's not like quick cuts.
No, nope.
It's still a little too polished for me being that it's supposed to be 1978. It still looks. Oh, yeah. They should have thrown some kind of a grain on it.
90s did that too, and 90s the movies are way back in the 70s, 60s. It's still because you're using a 90s technique to romanticize a separate time period.
And it's hard. It's hard to do that if you're filming in digital too, which they definitely did here.
No,
I agree.
Get that. Oh. Are you getting?
Well,
you good?
No.
I was gonna go with you guys on that real quick. Pardon me. Oh, what happened? We had another.
No, you're good. I thought I heard like a beep.
I was gonna go with you on that. Even though I don't mind the polish because I get why it's like that, and it does look still 70s. But at the same time, it would be cool to see. And I've seen more independent movies done.
It's that little detail.
Look at The Witch.
If you go
The Witch is a great example of that.
Harry
Love that
Grady.
movie or hate that movie. Love that movie or hate that movie. Actually, I had a good conversation about that last night, hanging out with Brandon and Lucy and everybody. Shout out to them. Because a lot of people don't care for The Witch, and I can't go back on enough of it. Here's the thing with that movie. Look at it like you're watching a piece of art. Don't look at it like it's a horror movie. Look
That's
at
a problem.
It like,
a lot of people don't like the art.
Watch it like an A24
and I know
movie.
that, and I get it. Yeah, but like, look at that movie. Like, same thing with. I wish Ben would we have to do Midsummer, because I would love for Ben to rewatch that movie like with the right mindset, because that movie is fucking.
Well, how about that? After
watch.
we're done with
It's
this,
beautiful.
let's do Midsummer next.
I wouldn't mind.
After we're done.
Shit.
After we're done with this,
I'm busy
we'll go
day.
back to another controversy here. Not busy,
well,
you
we
bastard.
actually,
I'm busy that day.
we have to get the Prowler out too. I want to get Steve on soon. Maybe he'll do that one. I'll see if he'll do.
All right,
I want to do the Prowler.
Either or, we'll jump on that after we do the big.
I would like to do Midsummer because it's in the middle of the summer. That would actually be perfect, because that's going to put us somewhere around like almost August by that point. And then, anyways, I don't want to get off the beaten trail, but
yeah.
So this movie was shot far better, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the pacing of this one a lot better. I really enjoyed the set pieces a lot better. I thought the set design was really well done. It felt old. It felt like an old camp. It felt, again, this to me was way more Sleepaway Camp than it was Friday the 13th. Like, way more. And
I can see that.
Like not just by the way it's set up. I mean, even like the way the counselors are like Sheila, or they're like are bitchy, like catty, ignorant girls,
mean girls,
like other girls, mean girls. And like, if you watch Sleepaway Camp, spoiler alert, I would like to do that eventually.
We will do that. Yep.
I would love to. That's on the list for sure, especially for the summertime. But Sleepaway Camp, if you watch the movie, that movie was like one of the first times you'll ever see a role reversal. So a big thing in the 70s, 60s, 70s, definitely in the 80s, it was very masculine, right? Like, everything was about like, dudes are gonna come take their girlfriends to see this, so we want a big buff dude with like big dumb boobed like blonde girls, and fucking they're really dumb, and they have sex on the first night, and then they get killed, and then they do drugs, whatever. And like, but it was always like
right, the usual tropes.
Yeah, it was a sign of like, it was over sexualized women for the sake of men coming to see the movies. On top of that, it was the guy's got to look tough, and he's got to be the one to save the day. And then all of a sudden, like, fucking Sleepaway Camp flipped that script, and it's the fucking masculine people in that movie are the girls. Like, the movie's about mean girls and like asshole girls, and all the dudes are hypersexualized. They're all wearing like crop top fucking shirts and shit, and like short shorts, and like the girls are always like talking about out there. If you really go back and watch the movie, it really is. It's a roller.
Oh yeah, no, I remember. I haven't seen it in not even early 2000s. Last time I seen it, and I agree with all that. Yeah,
they made Jason Alexander a sex symbol. Do I need to say anything else?
What do you mean? He was always a sex symbol, even with Seinfeld.
I mean, George Costanza is a handsome son of a bitch. But what I'm getting at is like,
he was in the pool.
But it was one of those things with that movie, and I really thought this movie was more that way. Like, and he even had like a couple aha moments. I thought the pacing was really well done. I liked the fact that they got into the witch lore. I love the stuff with the nurse. I thought that was great in this one. Yeah. I liked how Ziggy like was the outcast, and I liked I liked the show. I liked her arc. I'm not gonna spoil anything with her, but I liked her arc, and I liked how she was an outsider, and I liked how they. Again, I still think she absolutely 100% stole the show for me. Yeah. It bums me out that I'm hoping that she comes back. I know I'm not Joe. I'm not even gonna look at the camera because I don't want you to give it away. But I'm hoping that she comes back at some point in the last one somehow. That girl can fucking act. Like, I can't wait to watch her do other things later on. And I don't mean like not just with this movie, like in anything. It's like Anya Taylor-Joy, who's the main girl from The Witch. Watch her now. That girl is one of the best that's out there. Like, for real, one of the best that's out there. She's everything she does. She was in the Queen's Gambit. She was in.
Oh, Queen's Gambit is fantastic.
She's fantastic in that. She's been in.
She's gonna be in that new upcoming horror movie too, which looks really fucking good. Oh my god,
she's a very good actress.
Yeah, it looks
and everything
really good.
she's in. Everything she was in that New Mutants movie. She was
she was good in New Mutants.
Oh, you lost me in New Mutants. She was good in that though.
But like, so what I'm getting at there was like, that was so The Witch was like her like coming out party, right? And now you go, oh, that girl is like she acts better than most of the fucking people that have been Hollywood for a long time, and she does all like art pieces and shit.
So I will I'll
These
go with you on
artsy-fartsy movies.
I knew you would like this a little more because of the pacing. The
Yeah.
pacing was the perfect slasher pacing.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to watch it a second time because I was so hyped up into the insanity of the first movie in the series that I thought it was too slow for me, which makes no sense.
Okay.
It's only because of like what happened. That's why I had to rewatch it because I know I loved it, but I know I'm gonna love it more when I rewatch it. And then that's my little spoiler, but we'll get to the ratings later, of course.
You fucking spoiler.
So like,
mad.
I liked I liked the intro. I liked they jump right into Ziggy's little thing where you see what she's going through as like the misfit, and it's weird with her. Now she took me out at first because she's an excellent actor. I connected too much to her acting a little too similar to Stranger Things, but that's only because of it's a little bit of typesetting, but it's only because that's where my brain went. She's still great in this, and again, loved her even more the second one because like I think I agree with you. She's an awesome actor. So and their character's great. I didn't mind. I liked her relationship with her sister. I liked them together because you saw the opposites.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I liked Cindy and Ziggy. I didn't like Cindy and Alice.
Cindy and Alice were so here's the thing, and then like they took me out a little bit the first time because like you got the pacing of a slasher, but then you get to the point where they're in the caverns and you get to see the lore is the discovery of the lore was fantastic because you really dig, even though you got this whole slasher feel, they really dig deep into what you need to know to connect to the first movie. So that was all really cool. I think I agree their interaction is a little like, a little frustrating at some points, and then when you switch back and forth, you're like, oh man, I want to see more of the slasher stuff, not this stuff. But then it still worked. And again, watching it a second time, it still worked better for me. So I don't remember where else I was going with that, but yeah, the pacing. I was going with you. Yeah, that's what the pacing. It definitely had a great slasher pacing to it, and then and still held that little bit of that wacky. This one, and you've seen the third one too. There's definitely a Tim Burton feel when you get to the witch stuff, and that like Sleepy Hollow wackiness to it. You know what I'm saying?
I can do what you're saying with that. Yeah. The whole witch scene or the whole like witch's lair scene when the kids go. There's still some things I haven't. I'm wondering if don't give it away because you've seen the third one now, Joe. But I feel like there are things that were never tied up. Like I don't want to give spoilers away because we're not doing that with these shows. But there's a specific part where like Alice's boyfriend and they find drugs and he keeps on like trying to remember what the drug is, but they never explain what it is. Like they make a point to like have
yes, they do. It's Tylenol.
Like, but what was the purpose of him like constantly saying it? He realized that it was not a real drug.
Yeah, because like this went with like Sydney when like to show her personality, how it went the whole snitch thing and how like her like neediness to try to do the right thing and be different from being a shady sider. So it just played in with like it played in just fine with the characters a little bit. It's just for the character development, like like then they just realized, oh no, Tylenol can't do that to you. Like stop being a dork. Stop making this. Stop thinking this is one thing, where this is actually this in front of you, type of thing. Like that's what that all was. Yeah.
So when I rewatch, I'll probably catch it. Just like the first one, there was a couple things that you guys pointed out that I didn't catch on to. But that's kind of the beauty of only watching it once. And I'm just going fresh off my memory with these because I don't want to do these like a breakdown, like a total breakdown until we do like the big.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm not gonna. This is so fresh. I don't want to spoil anything really for anybody. Like. I'm gonna, we'll talk about a couple scenes that we like, things like that. Again, the whole like witch's lair scene was fucking great with like the kids' names on the walls. I thought that was really well done. I liked when there's kind of close to the end where they figure out that the moss, the red moss, is like pertinent to like
that was really neat.
That was a good tie-in. That was a really good tie-in, and it turns out that it was like the bottom of an outhouse. Like that was kind of cool and that was kind of funny, Spoiler alert on that point, anybody that hasn't seen it yet, one thing that took me out of it a little bit was that scene where like they're like what's her name? Ziggy's like, stay there. I'm gonna lift you up with this bucket.
That was so like, Goonies.
No, you're not.
So Goonies.
That was, but like it was so fucking ridiculous, dude. Like I couldn't even.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
You know what? We gotta think. You gotta put your head in the mind of a kid, though. That's what it is. The kids.
I get it.
That's. But I know what you're saying. 'Cause I was the same way. But I was like, whatever.
Yeah. I turned my brain off for it and didn't want to pay attention.
Here's something funny from a good old brother Nate. He said first off, he just made a Twitch just for us, which is cute.
He
Second,
comment.
He said all the love for David Bowie and Kurt Cobain, naming the characters Ziggy and Kurt and opening with Nirvana's acoustic cover of "Man Who Sold the World" and ending with Bowie's original version.
I catch. I forgot. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I actually that's a great tie-in because I do remember that they started off with the Nirvana version and then ended it with the real version, and I thought that was a beautiful way to do it. I thought that was fantastic because it's going from 94 to 78 or whatever. So that really was a good thing, and a lot of people didn't. That was a nice weave through. So good on Brother Nate. We got to get him on for Scream. We got to do that soon too.
You heard it, Nate.
He knows.
I'm busy that day. Soon, I'm busy all days.
Also, I would like to book Nate for this October, and nobody ever said we can't do a horror comedy. And nobody ever said we can't do Ghostbusters. So
it's true.
Of course we do a horror comedy.
I would like to do.
I mean, Army of Darkness is a horror comedy.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, but it's different because Ghostbusters is technically a full-blown comedy, even though it's not. It's a horror comedy. I mean, it's a little bit.
It's considered Lovecraftian, so.
I agree. I would like to do with Nate a breakdown of both, though. Because everybody's seen those movies, but.
Oh, that's gonna be a late night.
He said he only works for Ghostbusters Marshmallows.
We can do that. I'm gonna go try to find. Oh shit. I think the Ecto Cooler that was supposed to come out last year is coming out soon. Like all the different new flavors. So me and Nate, we're gonna go hunting, dude. We're gonna go on a hunt.
Yeah, the music is definitely, again, they did a good job of the music, keeping you in the times. We can't say we know 70s nostalgia. We just know the music as like, again, we grew up with it. It's still great.
The score of this one was fucking fantastic. They did a really good job. I know I'm a big like cinematography and sound design person, but like that was so much better. The kills in this one were like memorable, because they weren't as like quick, like they were like like dude, that scene with like the capture the flag or color wars thing, and he fucking hacks up all the kids, like spoiler alert on that one. Holy shit, man!
They don't even show you a lot, but they show you enough.
They show you just enough.
That was nuts
to get the idea.
And then when you get to the older kids, you get to see some. Let me tell you some of those axe kills, like when he hits he hits somebody and the cut's here, but he hits him so hard the neck breaks.
Yeah,
I was like, and there's like 3 of those. I'm like, I can't get sick of that because that's just a great kill. It's like
that was it was really really well done, and I thought that kid in general, like I said before, he really did a good job with this with that role. And it's I wonder if it's him through the whole thing. It must be, right? Like in the first one when it is him. He did a really good job. And the one when he got his bag, when he got his bag on his face, I didn't think that was as cool as
I love that. I love that because like the pulling and then it just fixated on his face. Like, oh,
it was cool. I don't know. I think I was expecting more of like a I guess the way you're saying it, it was kind of cool. I think in my brain was expecting it more of like, oh, maybe one of the people before he became like a ghost, because that's he was just like a real person going around hacking everybody up. Then all of a sudden he dies, then he comes back. Spoiler alert again. When he comes back, that's when he's got the thing on his face. But I thought it was gonna be where like before he died, like one of the kids fought back and like fucked his face up, and then he like I don't know. Like
that'd be cool, but that'd be too much like a typical slasher. Like more of like chance and circumstance and fate and all that.
Yeah, I think that's where my brain was so like fixated on seeing that,
That's just fun. Look, that's just old school slasher brain, man. I love it.
Yeah, but I'm glad. I like the way they did it, and you're right with it like being pulled back. That was pretty cool. I mean, again, dude, this one overall, I mean, it really was just done better than the first one, in my opinion. And again, that's my opinion. I know a lot of people. I've talked to quite a few people this week that loved the first one and thought I was crazy. I have to.
I don't think you're crazy.
Me and Steve talked about it last week. I think we did a show. We did that Saturday morning, right? Last week. Yeah, we did our show. We went to a concert that night, and we hung out and did a quick show before the show, whatever. And me and Steve were talking about it. And he goes, he goes, oh yeah, you guys did that today, right? I said, yeah. I said, I told him my opinion, whatever. And I said, but go watch it, the review for yourself. Tell us what you think, because he's really good about watching them. So I appreciate his opinion on that. But he said that he loved it. He thought it was.
That's really interesting. He's a very old school guy, so I love. That.
I was very surprised that he liked it as much as he did. Honestly, I really was. That's why I'm saying like it kind of took me off guard, and I didn't want to get into it too much with him last week because I'm like, we still have a couple more to do. But he does. He loves. We go in deep. He's really good about stuff like that because he was the one who actually even told me originally about Haunting on Hill House. When that came out,
Mhm.
I didn't know about that until he said it, and then we all watched that for the other show that I do, and that was fucking. I still haven't watched the second version of that one, but I know it's a lot different. But yeah, so Steve has a. I was surprised by the fact that he liked the first one as much as he did.
Mhm.
But when I was kind of throwing my plot holes at him or whatever, and he's like, he was doing kind of like what you do. He's like, I don't know, man, I didn't think that bothered me too much, and he's pretty.
Yeah, see, and
critical
that's
about
funny.
it,
He
so-
was able to turn his brain off, and then some stuff. Everybody's
Yeah.
different, man. Everybody's different.
Yeah,
It's
so
wild.
fuck
It's really neat.
Steve.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you, Steve.
Fuck Steve. Piece of
Steve,
shit.
I'm with you, brother.
That doesn't fit my narrative, so I hate him. I have
so
to point out
fuck you,
plot holes.
Steve.
That's stupid.
You know, I
No, but
gotta say too. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was
gonna
just gonna keep on rambling.
Oh, I was gonna try to help keep it. I guess my brain's going to like more stuff near the end where like actually, what do you want to ramble about first? I don't want to cut you off. What do you want to ramble about?
I just
Nothing?
talk, dude.
Okay,
I don't understand why
I'm a professional talker.
I don't understand
I feel awkward silences.
where people so like I kept looking online, not spoiler reviews, just general thoughts afterwards.
Right.
And people were like, "Oh my god, the twist at the end, the twist at the end." I'm like, "There was a twist at the end?" I didn't think there was.
I know. You know what? I will
It's role reversal. They give you the old bait and switch. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
You get bait and switch. I guess.
Yeah, sorry. My brain's moving too fast. My bad.
You're fine.
You know, and then I gotta say the stuff near the end.
Are you talking
really? Oh.
No, let's just talk about the end.
No,
I mean, I was gonna lead right up to that because like
spoiler warning.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, we said this a lot, but this is one part we'll talk about a little. Are you talking about? If you haven't seen it yet, come back to.
Let's just say people lose freckles real fast, and I don't get that.
Some people can grow out with freckles, man.
No, but that's it.
Some people grow up and get older.
So they grow up and they lose their freckles. They lose their natural red hair. They just lose all.
Dude, everybody. Look, I mean, I had golden hair.
You're talking about the Ziggy and the adult version.
Yes, it's actually Ziggy. Okay. So it's like that took me out a little bit. I was like, oh, you grew out
Maybe
of.
She still has them on her shoulder. You want to have her take her shirt
off?
Oh, so freckles on her shoulders.
It's not about that.
I realized that was her the whole time. I never questioned that.
You didn't fall for it?
No, I thought you were talking about the fact that the cop turned out to be like he went along with it the whole time, and then at the very end, like changed his script.
Mm-hmm. I had an idea, but it still shocked me a little bit how well they did it.
That was the twist to me. The fact that
was really dark.
Because the first one, he puts the note in her door, or hey, it's happening again, or whatever. So I thought it was gonna be, and I still don't think he was a bad guy in the first one. I remember bringing that up last week, and you guys were like, no, I don't know. He seems like he was supposed to be set up. I thought he was fine.
Pulling there where he's like he's gonna help you, but then he pulls the there's some shady stuff going on.
There's obviously something with.
I need to rewatch. I need to rewatch. Yeah, see,
oh, true.
I need to rewatch the first one now. I mean, I need to anyways, but I really need to. Because I want to put the connection. Because I liked him as the kid version of him. I thought it was great. That kid was a really good actor.
He was awesome.
I thought his role was really well done. I really liked. I also liked the dickhead like Chad dude, whatever the fucking main like.
Oh, Chad with the when the Shady Shatter chick and then the other guy hooked up, but he was like, "We will beat them." Yeah, that dude was.
Yeah, was that his name? Was it Chad? I thought it was Kurt, maybe.
It might be Kurt. Hang on, let me pull that back up. It might be Kurt. Like, I got
Nate,
that movie dead.
Nate agreed. He knew it was Ziggy the whole time, and also that was I was like that was a twist. I was like, and like people were like, "Oh my god!" And it's like, all right.
Well, see, I didn't think, oh my god, I thought I had part of me thought it was her until they switched the names. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So I just kept it. I'm like, they may switch it, they may not. And I thought the whole scene when they are laying on the ground and getting like fucked up. I mean that whole scene is brutal. Like that, and that watch again, I still think it's brutal. And I gotta say, I love the fact, and I want to pull a little bit when you see the other ghosts. You don't see those other ghosts a lot, but when they do come up, it is creepy. It's intense. It's probably one of the perfect horror scenes in.
That showed a couple of new ghosts too, didn't it?
The one that stabbed Ziggy in the gut was new.
They showed the milkman.
They
show the small kid with the baseball bat. So I thought that was cool, and then they brought back what's her name?
Ruby.
So she starts crawling out of the hole.
We also find out where Ruby came from. She was tied to the nurse. So again,
that was cool. That's a good connection. It's a lot of great connections. They did the first and second, and I don't want to say too much again, but the connections all together, they That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like almost like a TV show. Like, remember how you say like you don't want to watch them weekly because of the way like cliffhangers and they connect. And it's always in the way we are now. We have to binge. This feels like a huge, big binge because of the way they connect. You know.
Well, I mean, once they find like the witch's lair,
huge,
or whatever,
big,
the names, say the
wordy
names
bastard.
on the wall. say the name. They see the names on the walls.
Yeah.
And then you realize like why the nurse attacked Tommy or whatever the fuck his name is. I think it's Tommy, right?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah,
Tommy Schultz or some shit.
When the nurse goes to like stab him, try to kill him, like she sees it. She knows that he's next. She knows that he's gonna be what he's gonna become because turns out it's her own daughter that sees it. So again, this is stuff that we'll touch back on. Yeah, the book. That was pretty cool.
So you get a lot of the more lore mythology.
Yeah,
I really. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You're good.
I'm trying to jump in with you a little bit.
I'm okay with it.
And I gotta say too, like with what led up to the end, because my first watch, I had to time the pacing, like I said, and some things with it, and then because of the way how fast paced the first one was, like me on a surge rush, and how this one was a slower slasher pace. So, but then when it got to the stuff near the end, when they all come together, like when they think they killed Tommy, and then what's her name? Alice comes out of the hole where she has her foot broken, and they discover, how they feel they can beat the curse. And then that was great because then you really see the characters. Well, you love them, I hate them when they're acting. They really the chemistry of all three in that whole part, and then we get to Ziggy and Cindy getting outside. I found that buildup was perfect. It was a great way to it's like you get the slasher, you get the supernatural, and then they collide right to like the really brutal conclusion. I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it was again the ending, the whole end of this movie. I thought solidified a couple things, so it made me not hate the two actresses as much. Like I thought what's her name, the sister, Cindy. I thought she redeemed herself by the end. I like
she stopped being less Sunnyvale, which is interesting.
She still irritated the shit out of me the way she was talking, but I got over it. Put it this way, at least this movie with those actresses, even though I don't think that they were like Alice, I didn't think she was a good actress. I just thought she was not believable. And then on top of it, she overacted, and she just.
Which happens. Some even like big name actors do that.
Yeah, I just didn't care for that girl personally.
I like the snitch.
You fucking snitch.
I thought Cindy at least kind of redeemed herself in general, and then on top of that, I thought the actress, when she like opened up and was a little bit different, I thought that gave her. Where she was trying so hard to be so uptight, that's when she wasn't talking with her mouth open. Like if you rewatch it, watch her mouth. She doesn't open her mouth. Like so, the problem with that is,
dude, you're gonna mess my brain up so bad with this this mouth obsession in acting.
Here's the thing. So the not when I'm talking about Dina, that's the whole that girl.
No, I'm talking about all of them. Like, every movie now. I mean, like, is that a mouth thing that Ed's gonna say?
Oh shit! Is that now you're gonna say this one? The problem is here's the thing, man. Like you're trying to show emotion, right? And I get it. And she's trying to show the fact that she's kind of uppity. So she's really trying to be a prune face, and I'm gonna be miserable.
Some of them are prune face and tight jaw though.
Right. Which I get that. That. But like you're trying so hard to do it that you realize like you lose what you're doing. Like you don't realize that.
You know what? I'm gonna watch this the third time. Just for the mouth thing, you're gonna watch a second time. I'm like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. I'm like, God damn it, Ed.
Yeah, it's gonna ruin it for you.
This is gonna be my favorite segment. Which mouth will Ed hate?
It's gonna be a new segment. Yeah, which mouth is this?
I guarantee. Ed will always have at least one.
Well, Ben's going around screaming about the '90s.
Yeah. I hate Ed.
Now you're gonna. Now that's gonna be the nice little gem. This is gonna be the fun time. This could be a game for our listeners or viewers. Watch a movie along with us, and then try to figure out which mouth I'm gonna want to punch. That's pretty much what happens. Not really punch, but in general, not care for as they act. But like
metaphorically,
it's not just the mouth thing. I have issues with like overacting in movies in general. Like that'll happen. And even like corny, schlocky bullshit movies. Like I don't. What's funny is I can sit and watch a movie like I can watch a trauma movie, for instance, right? And terribly acted, but you know that it's gonna be terribly acted. Like you know that the whole movie's poorly acted. So like you know that they're gonna be like that, so you don't think about it, right? These movies, like they're supposed to be taken seriously.
Well, you got the campiness of it too. Like I said, the first one, it's like if you are able to suck in the campiness, the overacting doesn't bother you as much. If you get into the
overacting, overacting like Sheila, the girl who's mean, who like they try to do the Carrie thing too.
Right, that over exaggerating. Yeah.
Over exaggerating and overacting on that situation doesn't bother me at all.
Right.
I get it. She's supposed to be a bitch, right? Like she's purposely going to be an asshole, a bitch. No stupid science bitch this week, guys. That was last week. But with the main character Cindy, the problem is she was trying so hard to be like a tight ass or whatever. I guess is the best way to put it. She lost it, and she just never moves her face, and like so we don't get anything out of that. Like you can't see. Like, so when she does finally at the end, you see like her emotions and you go, okay, they finally let her kind of do her thing. And I don't know. I feel like these movies were just shotgunned, like made. You can kind of tell the way it was like the bad.
You have to look up to see how long it took them to film them, just to see if
Yeah, it had to have been real fast, man, to be able to pump out 3 movies.
Or they did all 3. Well, because realistically, it's all different. Yeah, it's all different casts. I think it's cast and crew is all different.
They shot the fucking thing so fast that they had to pump this out super fast.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if they just did all 3 at the same time.
Oh yeah. No, they did. They had to be able to make them all concurrently come out like this. But like when things are like shotgunned out, you lose things. You lose like sight of things, right? Like for instance, like the sex scene where we meet Alice, right? The dude is like bare ass naked, and they're supposed to be.
I thought I seen him pulled his short up. I could have seen that.
And am I wrong? Did you catch that too?
Well, I also thought that was annoying.
I think he's just like holding his like the top of his pants, but he's fully clothed all of a sudden. Like she's completely fully clothed. Like,
Mandela effect of sex scenes.
Yeah, she's not like I'm not saying like, oh, we need to see her, nothing like that. But like make her like you can have a sex scene.
Yeah, I know. It's just like how you was the first ending, it throws you off.
It's just they could have made, if you had taken 10 more fucking seconds, taken one more fucking take.
Yeah, see, that stuff don't bother me, but I get it.
You don't have to show her with her pants down, but you can show her like quickly pulling her shirt down so you can't see anything, and then quickly like sitting up. I think
what's happening is like they're focusing so much on Sydney's reaction. Then when you go back, they already got the stuff on as she was like, what the
that's the idea, but it wasn't done right. They could have done that if they had done it right. Like, because you could still.
I mean, again, I think they did fine, but that's me. Yeah.
I'm nitpicking. That's me being like, yeah, it is.
I hate it.
Yeah, that's all. Just and there are a couple of little choices.
I really need to find a movie where I have rants like this, because the only one I did was Amityville Horror. I barely have any.
No, I mean it's.
You two have a little. Oh, I feel left out.
Well, no, because you don't get bothered by these wicked, stupid, small things that
you're
better.
That
bother more so him than me. There's definitely shit that annoys me, like Alice as a whole. I really just didn't like.
Yeah.
Even
Alice's whole.
Yeah, the whole here.
Her mouth hole.
I just wasn't a fan of.
It's got something in that coffee.
Oh yeah. No coffee today. This is all me, baby. This is all me and whatever I drank last night.
It's all Eddie Raid. Eddie Raid.
Two Gatorade. This is my second Gatorade so far this morning. I went to bed at 3:30. I got up at 7:30.
Oof. Well, I don't know. We reached the hour point. I think it's ready for closing remarks. What do you think? We did.
No, honestly, this one is what the last one should have been, to be honest with you. But we went on rants because some people.
Yeah, and I went on my social commentary rant a couple times too, actually.
Where's Ben? No, Ben's always below us, right?
Yeah,
he's always below us.
Point down.
So Ben decided to say something stupid.
Not stupid.
And I had to call him out on it. I love that rant though. Yeah. So this was I thought overall. I'll give my final takes on this one before we wrap it up, because again, this is the shotgun episodes. This is the way these should be. So the third one, we're going to do pretty much the same thing, and then we'll do one, conclusive, about an hour.
Oh, that's gonna be. I'm going to break down so many themes in that one. Instead of the scenes, I'm going to do themes.
Nate said, didn't notice the pants, but he noticed Neve Campbell as a cameo at the end.
He's making fun of me. He's making fun of me because I texted him. I thought it was Neve Campbell.
Oh, Neve Campball, whatever.
He's making fun of me.
Wait, you thought Neve Campbell was
Neve Campbell was C. Bergman, because it moved so quick.
Oh, okay, I got it.
And I was telling Ben I had a Mandela effect, because that's one of my favorite word, and I'll even go into that later on.
Oh, that's why people thought that. I never realized that before. So Ziggy's
I even looked it up.
Christine?
I even looked it up.
Yes.
I'm looking at it right now.
Nev Campbell was in the
they said that at the.
I'm not even talking about that. I didn't realize the C. Bergman thing until Joe just fucking said that. That's why people thought it was a twist, because one's name is Cindy and what. Wow. Yep. No, I never even, dude. I'm not kidding. I never even realized the fucking Ziggy's real name was Christine until I just looked down and saw that that's the actress's was fucking.
Yeah, in which the cop changed the name when he's like, no, that's her name's Christine, and that's where he started like to do his thing and start, even at that young age, he started to
spin things in his direction.
Yes, I think I was trying to find another word for it, but yes, pretty much, yeah, like whatever, yeah.
He definitely does his manipulation of.
Manipulation is a good one.
Yeah, of the two. I don't know if it's two of like the siding factions of like the two streets or what are the two cities. I don't know what he's doing.
Two towns.
He's definitely got some shady going on.
Ooh, plot twist. All right, final thoughts. I thought this one was way better than the first one. I'm intrigued to watch what happens next, which is nice. It got me really enticed to see where the story is going to go. I'm looking forward to seeing like the old-timey witch era and seeing what they do with that. And then I know that it's going to be interwoven with like now time. So like I'm interested to see. I'm hoping that the third version or the third part 3 makes me not hate that main character as much. I hope that in this one she's a little bit better as Dina.
Can we imagine what Ed's gonna think of part 3? It's not the witch. I hate that person's mouth.
Oh my god!
0 out of 10.
Can we talk about it?
It's not A24's witch. That girl has a dumb mouth. I hate
that the entire time.
There's not a single cell phone in this movie.
Make witch jokes the entire time.
I can't stand it. 0 out of 10. I'm staking my flag in that fucking shit right now. Ed's gonna hate 1666. Yes.
I like this one. I thought this one. I'm gonna give this one. Let's see. I'm gonna give this one.
You're coming up with it now?
I'm gonna give this one 7.5 dead camper kids out of 10. Yeah.
My morbidness is coming out on that one.
Yeah, we're gonna do 7.5. So this one got a point higher than that. Honestly, it almost got to an 8, but there were still some issues I had with this one. But it's also because I haven't watched all of them. I need to rewatch all of them, and I need to give them all a chance. And my scores might be a little bit different, like at the very end, the conclusion. But
that'd be cool. That's what we need to see.
7.5 for this one. This one's a lot better than the other one, like a lot better than the other one. And it's so
a lot better. So they gave it 1 point higher.
My score probably should have been lower last week, is what I'm getting at. Like honestly, I really like. The more I thought about that, the more I was like, it was really, as soon as I was done with the episode, because I don't rescore shit, but it should have been closer to like a 5. I thought that I thought the first episode was like fucking lukewarm at best, and then this one was like where I was hoping it was going to be. So it's 7.5. I'll give it that. I don't think it gets anything higher than it, because I still had problems with some of the acting, and I still had some problems with some of the. There were editing choices. This movie was shotgun made, man. All of them were, and that's fine. That's what happens when you make. The Matrix had the same problem. When you watch the fucking final 2 Matrix, they were shot at the same time. So when you shotgun make movies like that, they have problems. That just is
Infinity War and Endgame, flawless movies in my humble opinion.
Pretty. Yeah, but those are also.
All the Endgame's flawless. I
agree with you. I think the first part is Infinity War.
Yep.
I thought Infinity War was way better. Way better.
I gotta go.
I'm also not a comic book.
Endgame surprised me.
Did he just leave?
Going by.
He's got a pee.
No, I'm out. I'm out. You broke my brain.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. So 7.5 dead camp kids is what I got. Ben,
we broke Ben. We got this, Scroogey.
Now I'm just sad. Now I'm gonna watch Endgame after this and be like, fuck you guys, idiots.
I love you 5,000.
I love you
5,000. I love you 5,000.
Oh,
isn't it? Yeah.
I love you 5,000.
So like I fucking adore in it. It's I Love You 3,000, idiot. You don't even like the movie. Yeah. Anyway, no. I'm not touching this one anymore. So I actually liked it. I love this movie. Actually, I'll like go right out and say it. I loved almost every single part about it. If Alice was somebody else, that's what. Oh, actually, I just didn't like her character either. She just kind of annoyed me. I just didn't like her. She was my only complaint. I loved genuinely everything else. I thought Ziggy fucking nailed it. I thought Nick was really good. I thought Cindy actually was really good. I didn't even notice her stupid mouth at all. Isn't that crazy?
Don't get him going.
Are you gonna give everything a rewatch? Are you gonna give them both?
100%. I'm waiting for part 3.
Can't wait.
I'm waiting for part 3, and I'm actually.
Because I want to do all 3 at once, so I have a big weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it all.
I can't wait for you guys to rewatch the second one.
I already noticed Dina's, but
no, Dina's thing is she's. The more I look at her, the more that's just her overacting. Right. Like that's just her not being
anyway.
exact.
I love Tommy. I thought he was a great slasher as a whole, and every kill he had was fucking brutal and awesome and like bloody, and it was so good. As a whole, for me, for just a standalone movie, I'm gonna give this so I already wrote it down, but what did I do for the last one? 7.5. Yeah. So this is ironic because I'm gonna give this one an 8.5. I almost gave it a 9, but then I was like, I can't like it that much if I was just complaining about a very large portion of it with like Alice is pretty much in the whole thing for so couldn't be fair, or I want to be fair and say 8.5, but I love it. I thought it was great. And Nate also gave it an 8, by the way.
Nice. Very cool. We just got a viewer rating too. Nice.
Yeah, dude.
See, look at that. Fuck yeah. 8 rules.
All right. So, what? Because I love practically anything. I obviously love this movie as well. It's weird because like when I think about the first one, I have a feeling I might drop the first one's rating to maybe a 9.8, only because I'm not as like crazy into it nostalgically and insane as I was earlier, because it's not a perfect movie. It shouldn't be a 10, but I just love it so much I'd rather give it a 10, but I might drop it a 9.8. But with this one, it was weird. It almost became a 9 because of like going back and forth with like the pacing of the first one and then going into the pacing of this one. It's like oh my god, this is messing my head. And I don't mind slower paced slashers. I've been raised on that. So, but like, but I was, I was still in it. I love the characters. I had a little issue with similar things with certain like, even though I got Cindy in her snootiness, it got on me a little bit, especially her interaction with Alice at points. Like I liked it, but it grated on my nerves. Some of the same things you guys had still grated on me a little bit because like, I don't know, like maybe because I was still in the first movie. I don't know. With the two different segments of like the slasher and then the little adventure down in the basement, the little like lore opener. Like I love those. Took me a minute to really get into it because of how, again, different pacing and whatnot. And then all the cool stuff near the end really like solidified it all together. When the closer I got to the end and then they kept revealing more, I was like, oh wow, this is wild. It made me appreciate more of the earlier stuff and then love it even more a second watch. So me, I went for a 9.5 dead counselor kids in this one. Dead camp kids. Is that what we said?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Counselor kids, camp kids, whatever.
Camp kids, yeah. Oh, I went even
dead
more, so
children as a whole.
So I went with 9.5 dead kids as a whole.
Dead kids as a whole.
Dead kids in a whole.
It hit me the same way the first one did. It's not the nostalgia in this one. It's more just being a slasher fan. And I love the connection with all of them. It does feel like, you need more connection, but that's why we got a third movie. So, yeah.
Yeah. So it's obviously it's definitely worth the whole thing is worth a watch because I have issues with the first one, but that's because I'm a ignorant prick sometimes. But I still don't think it's bad. I think it's good for horror. I think a lot of people are gonna like. I think this is gonna introduce horror to a lot of people that maybe wouldn't get into these kind of movies without it.
Super fun. It's a super fun movie for me.
This here, you know what the first episode is? The more I think about it, the first episode is the Five Finger Death Punch for Metal. Like that is horror movies for people who don't like horror movies. It's a horror movie for people who don't know.
I think it's a terrible analogy because
I agree.
I can't stand Five Finger Death Punch, and
I couldn't stand the first one. There you go.
But I would never compare that.
That was a hot take.
How about this? Maybe it's more like Stone Sour to horror movie, like to Slipknot. How's that? Because the different.
That's not bad.
Five Finger Death Punch. What an insult.
Yeah, I just wanted to take a shot there. Take a little dab.
Is that because you gave it a 5?
In my heart, I won't change my score. but in my heart, that movie,
No, you should.
the first one's a 5. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, man, I don't like it. Not that I didn't like it, but the more I thought about that first one, the more I was like, man, I have so many issues with so many things in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I really didn't have that many. It just wasn't. I still had some problems, but realistically, this one, I think because we're supposed to take these serious, you know what I mean? So because we're supposed to take.
Are you?
Like kind of. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't think that.
You take this more
I
serious
just think
than
it was
something
more
like
of a
Edge of
fun
the Axe.
ride.
You don't go into Edge of the Axe going, oh, this is gonna be a good one. You go into this one going, this is gonna be ridiculous.
No, I went into it thinking it's gonna be terrible, so I wasn't that disappointed.
I thought Edge of the Axe actually gonna be good, actually. So that was like.
But I see I see a schlocky shit, just like I brought up with the Troma thing earlier. Like when you watch a Troma movie, you know it's not gonna be good, but that's the point. That's why it's good, because it's ridiculous.
I go into the Fear Street movies like the big budget, like you know, we get the Godzilla versus Kong. Like, just take the budget down. It's just like that wacky, fast paced. It's it's just pulpy. I just see it as just pulpy. I think this is a track I think it's for older people like us to really enjoy, but it's also a track, like you said, more horror fans because it's got that young adult feel to it.
I think what it is it's targeting an audience by releasing the first one as 1994. It's taking people that are having kids right now that maybe want to introduce their kids to horror movies that remember Scream and that fad and want to go, hey kids, I know you don't think Scream is cool because they talk about VHS tapes and you don't know what those are, but now we have this. And this is shot the way modern things are shot, but it's supposed to be set in 1994. Hey, I feel nostalgic, so I'm going to tell you how I've been telling you how cool all these things were.
Yeah.
Here, watch this movie that's on Netflix, which is digital, and it's shot very bright and fast and cut, and it's like again, it's very much like the first episode of or whatever. The first part 1 is very much like Suicide Squad. This one to me was more like Batman Begins. Like
I have such a feeling
serious tone.
You're gonna hate the third movie. I don't know. I haven't even seen it yet. I just have this weird.
I don't think he's gonna hate it, but he's definitely gonna have. I'm fascinated to see. I know you're getting at Ben because I've seen it and I was thinking of Ed as the entire time. Like, this is gonna be interesting because they really I'll say the third one really did break the mode somewhere of like different types of filming style, but it's gonna make you think of somebody else too. But I don't want to say it till we talk about it.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to watching it. I'm interested to see it. I'm interested to see what I'm going to get out of it. I don't know. I'm interested in the ride. Now, again, even though I don't think the first episode was that, personally, for me, that good, I still think I would suggest everybody go watch it. I think this is something that is good for horror, and I think it's very good for people that are looking to get into the genre, and I think it's really good for people that haven't been into the genre in a while. They're going to watch this because it's on Netflix and it's popular right now. They're gonna watch this and go, "Oh, I do remember movies like this. Hey, let me go and see what like." I think anything like this, it's good for. Back to my analogy with Five Finger Death Punch. Look, I don't like Five Finger Death Punch, but they're good for metal because they're gonna get. Here's why.
They are
in the Midwest where there's still terrestrial radio because people don't have like good Wi-Fi signals and shit and can't listen to Spotify like we can. Terrestrial radio is still a big thing in the Midwest, like Illinois and fucking Montana, places like that. They play those bands on. Hatebreed is played on those channels. Fucking Five Finger Death Punch. So Five Finger Death Punch I've never heard the song because I won't listen to it, but had Jamie Johnson from Hatebreed on one of their songs, and they had them open up one of their tours once. That's amazing for metal because now you're gonna get a bunch of fucking kids who never would have listened to Hatebreed before because they have hate in the name.
Yeah, I agree with all that. Yeah.
Hey. And they're gonna go, "Who's this Jamie Johnson guy?" And now they're gonna see them live and go, "Oh, holy shit! Everything's about positivity and really cool and motivating." And then Hatebreed's gonna link them to something else, and then just like Slipknot bringing them out is really cool.
And that's the way it should be with mainstream and versus middle metal or horror, and then even underground. But I'll go with you. I'll go with you on this. This is my take on movies like 1994.
You hit him with these ones right here. Somebody just said, "How do you punch someone with 5 fingers? Because it's 4 fingers and a thumb right here."
Like this.
Well, no. Yeah. Well, I think the 5 fingers is like a kung fu kill move, like Kill Bill. I think.
Nope. You just do this.
But what Ben's saying, he's right. Your thumb isn't technically a finger.
Yeah, no,
that was somebody in the chat just said, "How the fuck do you punch somebody with 5?"
Yeah.
With the great thing about movies like, because I love the serious. I love the serious hardcore, really creepy horror movies, like the A24 ones are good. But I think the problem is now you're going to have this section of people that are horror fans are going to only expect that type of filming, and they're going to get a little too elitist. What's great about movies like Fear Street is it's like what we loved about the insanity of the 80s and 90s, because you're not supposed to take it serious. You're supposed to have fun. But there's still it's not too satire like say Trauma, but it's also not serious like The Witch. It's supposed to be like, we're gonna disturb you, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna be like Jurassic Park, maybe, like it's like that. You take it serious, but still a fun monster movie to some degree, and that's what these are. These are just a fun supernatural slasher. So,
here's my
go ahead, Ben.
No, so this was my thought, and I'm kind of glad that you guys talked about this and like, oh, who is this aimed for? So I guess for me is I consider this like you two were kind of saying it more. This is entry. But that's not a bad thing. This is more so entry horror. So like this is what you're gonna show. So like let's just say if you have kids and like I don't know if you are a horror fan and you're like in like your 40s or 50s or whatever, and you have like a 13, 14-year-old kid, and you take your kid to go see Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and your kid likes that, have them watch this next as kind of like your introduction to slashers and see what they think about that. And then if they like that, then you get to be like, oh shit, you like this? Well, here are the classics like they kind of pay homage to with Scream for the first one. If you really want to say it like that, sure. Friday the 13th, I would say part 2 for this one, if you like that sort of thing. So it's
oh yeah, I mean, and we all had that in our lives, how we, you know, like with movies, like old vampire movies, going to Alien, and then Freddy Krueger, and
every generation
Krueger, it was Jason, and then Michael Myers. And
for me, it's every generation should have that entry level movie for any genre to get you in the door, and then if you like that helps you branch off to see so many different things. So I think,
especially with the characters they have in these movies too, I think it's definitely more of a younger crowd today, especially.
Yep.
You know, so
and somebody just said the first horror movie they ever saw was The Thing, and if we're talking about the Carpenter one, goddamn, what a fucking what an entry.
That's a good way
for
to
me.
start.
The first movie I genuinely ever remember seeing is Nightmare on Elm Street. That's the first one I genuinely remember being a kid, and it was Mom and Ed were watching it, and obviously it scared the shit out of me because I wasn't a big fan of Freddy Krueger at the time. But that is for me, and I think that's why Freddy will always be my, not just like my favorite fucking horror icon, but he's literally one of my favorite like film franchises as a whole with Nightmare on Elm Street. So like that was my entry level thing. It was that and like Dream Warriors, and that's what got me into like the kind of like the goofier, sillier horror movies.
And that goes with what I was saying about the goofier, sillier.
And somebody just said Michael Myers all the way for them. So
yeah, and like it's neat. It's cool to hear those stories.
You could say that now too with like the new Halloween movie. So it's like that could be new generation of kids, their entry level for the Halloween franchise as a whole.
Well, in this decade right now, I could be, well, no, technically now it's a whole new decade, right? Because it's 2021 now. I don't think there technically has been a new person yet. I mean, because when did Get Out? And what's the other movie that dude made?
Jordan Peele, right?
Yeah.
Us?
Yeah, Us was okay. I actually was kind of let down by that a little bit. Get Out was amazing.
Get Out was fucking awesome.
I'm the same way with that. Yeah, Get Out was 2015. I think Us was 2017. Yeah. I think so.
I was gonna say realistically, in the last the last decade and a half or so had a couple. Insidious, Sinister is one of the best fucking horror movies.
I think Sinister, the guy, I forget his name.
That's the Ghoul.
The Ghoul. That is a horror icon for me. Yeah.
Well, that's
a good horror icon. I would love to see a third one. I want to see a third one.
I can't believe there's not.
I thought they fucked up the second one a little bit, but I still think
really good.
I don't think I think it's almost impossible for them to recreate what they did with the first one. That first one still makes me. The Babadook was another one. I'm glad they haven't made another one of those, but like the Babadook was like one of those fucking weird ones.
Don't make another Babadook movie.
We do need another slasher icon.
Technically, there is Terrifier, the clown from Terrifier.
Yeah,
he's coming up.
Art the Clown is creeping up. He's been in what, 3 movies?
One of the best ones I've seen in a long time.
Or Halloween Eve.
We had a
Terrifier.
Oh, sorry.
No, no, I'm
I
thinking
wrote a whole section in Bloodborne magazine about this, and they died off, unfortunately. I think someone coming back like Hatchet, Chrome Skull, and the Collector.
Oh,
and
Victor Crowley.
Chrome Skull.
Victor Crowley.
Chrome Skull, fucking Rhode Island native. Shout out to Nick.
Nick Castle, right? Is his last name?
No. Well, I think that's
what the hell? No, that's Michael Myers. Nick. My brain's not working. Sorry, Nick. You just say Nick. Nick from work.
Somebody said that. Yeah, Babadook's more of like the analogy for like the mental illness. So it's hard to make like a franchise out of this. Nick Principle.
Thank you, Principle, because that's where I was going.
It's Principe.
Principe. Yeah. Whatever.
I know.
Shout out to him. If he's watching, sorry, just butchered your name.
Yeah, like
he used to be he was a bouncer at fucking 2-Pie Skate Park where I met my wife.
So
that's sick.
Yeah.
So we had Victor. I guess like we had Victor Crowley. So that's like for like the early 2010s. So it's like from like.
Yeah, but Victor Crowley was because that was a campy movie. I don't think it ever got.
It was Kane Hodder, dude. Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
Name alone.
So I just don't think. I think it was designed to kind of try to give a nod, but I don't think it was designed to actually be like a fucking.
He's working on 3 more movies for Hatchet. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's 4 of them right now. Yeah.
Yep. Because like they made it. It's on Shudder. It's literally just called Victor Crowley now.
That one's okay. It's my least favorite. The first 3 are really good.
Dude. I hated it. Anyway, I feel like for me too, it's like, what's that fucking film franchise? They made like 4 of them. Beast, I think, with like they kind of look like xenomorphs. Isn't it?
Well,
and Jason Mewes.
The first was amazing.
There's like there's like 4, like 3 or 4
with Henry Rollins and Jason Mewes is one of the best fucking underground movies of all time. That one's fucking fantastic.
I hate the fast-paced camera action.
I loved it when Jason Mewes gets his fucking face torn off. He's like, "What the fuck?"
I would normally hate that, but I didn't mind it in that because it was such a low budget movie. They had to do something to make it.
And like back then, you had like Wrong Turn, and like Wrong Turn was a
Wrong Turn was good.
I like Wrong Turn too.
I love the remake. The remake was.
I heard the second one's actually really good.
Wrong Turn 2
is my favorite out of the whole franchise, other than the remake.
And then the guy that made Wrong Turn 2, did he make the Forever Purge? I think I don't remember. I know the guy that made
Purge is sick.
No, the guy that made Wrong Turn 2.
I mean the other one. Sorry, First Purge is sick.
Yeah, the guy that made Wrong Turn 2 just released a movie with Stephen Young on Shudder, and apparently it's fucking awesome.
Oh, Mayhem?
Yes, yeah.
That's been out for a while, man.
Has it? I heard it's really good.
Great movie.
Just started pushing it for some reason. I just started seeing it
more.
Yeah, like
but it's been around for a while. It's been around for a couple of years now.
It's so weird that like I just heard about it.
That's the point.
And
it's a great freaking movie.
And here's what I don't know if it's maybe Shudder's end that it's weird. Like I use Shudder all the time, and like I just recently heard of that Mayhem movie.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
No, they'll talk about a lot when it first came out, but then you get span of time with more things being pushed out, and then I think I forgot why they're pushing it more, but
I gotta watch the rest.
Shudder's a weird channel because they don't do
all
a good job
the
of
streaming channels.
Stuff.
Yeah, all the channels are
really
weird.
Don't. That was actually real quick too. One thing I wanted to point out, and I'm bummed I didn't know about this until it was too late. But potential road trip that we should look into, and this is for anybody that's watching live. There's a drive-in movie theater, an old drive-in movie theater in Pennsylvania. Apparently, it's not too far from Philly, maybe an hour or so. That they do old movies. They do old movies.
Mahogany.
Maybe.
Is this the place that's getting shut down in August, right?
They just announced they're not getting shut down. They won that. That just got announced.
Oh, good.
I just watched a video. It's a hell of a story on that. I gotta do, but that's cool. I know I've been there, but I hear it's a cool spot. I almost did a book signing there, but I got sick.
I don't know if that's the spot. Give me 2 seconds. I'll tell you right now. That was so. Anyways, I'm gonna look up exactly what it is. Maybe that was it. But I wanted to give this a shout out. Apparently, Joe Bob Briggs did a live thing.
That's the one.
It was Friday night.
They were supposed to do one yesterday. Yeah.
I'm so fucking bummed I missed it.
He's gonna do it again, I think. So just keep. Bruce Campbell was there. I think I'm yelling this thing. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, you're fine.
My girl Diana Prince was there. Shout out.
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know, we're at the hour-and-a-half mark. Want to start doing
we can wrap this up.
Long
story short, that's what I wanted to bring up.
In the end.
Wherever the fuck this was, I'm gonna try to find where it was. But they would hack the movies who I follow. Ben follows them too. They have like a bunch of things about this. But I was
Mahoning Nate just said Mahoning Theater.
Okay. I would
So
love to.
I said it right. I'm wrong, but he's got
I'm gonna
it.
try to follow them
Probably
and try
added
to
a
keep
G.
my eye on if there's a fucking cool if there's something cool like that again. I'm so fucking bummed that I missed that I didn't know
I
about
just
it.
liked the page recently.
really
I thought I liked it
bummed.
before. Go on my likes if you want. I hope you follow it, or I'll send you the link or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it because I'm bummed that I missed. Linnea Quigley is one of my fucking favorite like actress. She's in Return of the Living Dead. I don't think she's trash from Return of the Living Dead and Night of the Demons and fucking everything
Is
else.
that the lady that she's the blue zombie? Gets totally nudie. Yes,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
She looks like David Bowie.
Yeah, trash. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I love her. She's anyway. So long story short, I wanted to give that a shout out because I want to go to that. Let's do quick plugs. Eddie_Vegas on Instagram, not Facebook. Eddie_Vegas on Instagram. I also run the Bonded by Horror, which I've been slacking on big time because I've had a lot going on. So I'm going to try to get that back in because I haven't been posting about these. I really just haven't had time to do it. But I'm going to try to get that back up so at least you guys have been posting. That's really it. I don't have anything coming up. I don't have any wrestling booked at the moment. I kind of took a little bit of I wasn't quite ready to take on a schedule yet. So I'm still planning on coming back to wrestling. I'm never going to go back as much as I was doing it at one point in my life, but I'm going to be back. I'm going to probably be back by the fall. I'm planning on trying to book a match or two for September, October time. So life will be a little bit calmer by that point, and I'll have a little more time to do it and be able to like kind of shed some light there too. That's all I really have right now. I know Joe's got a couple things to plug, so I would say go last. Ben, plug whatever you got real quick, and then leave the floor to Joe.
I don't know what Joe could possibly need
I have to
plugging with.
pee.
Yeah, so
well, rumor has it there's something going on next Saturday from what I heard.
We'll go with Ben's plug first.
All right, so y'all, what's up, boys? I don't know why I said it like Asmongold. You know me. That's Scrooge Champ on genuinely everything. Facebook. Nope, I don't have a Facebook, nor will I ever. Instagram, Twitter, Pornhub. Wait, what was that last part? You can literally find
me. You definitely have an OnlyFans. That's for sure.
Oh, it's true. It's only feet.
His OnlyFans is pretty much just him.
It's just my feet.
It's pretty much just him laying on his bed, laying on his bed, squeezing jelly on his nipples and letting his cats lick it off. You want to see that?
Every part of it is true. Anyway, so I stream fucking regularly. It's been super fun. Recently, it's been Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I love you guys. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi.
It's 11:30 in the morning. I slept for 4 hours last night. Of course, I'm going to give you a visual of my breath, and I'm not talking like a jar of Welch's, the squeezy kind. And he just squeezes it on his feet. And he makes little designs with it.
Oh man! All right.
Aren't you glad you're part of this?
I am very happy to be part of this.
Randy.
So okay. So Randy. So obviously you can find me here with my fellow brothers in blood here on Bonded by Horror. You can find my work on Amazon. My first release, Death Highway. And my second release, and then Within the Abyss, and the anthology I'm in, Dark Words. You can find me on Instagram, JCWalsh81, same as Slasher, JCWalsh81, Twitter, JCW Horror Writer, Facebook. Try to go to the page. I don't know if I'm accepting friends on my personal yet. I'm a little weird about that, but we'll see what happens. Look me up there. And the big thing that's happening this Saturday is a book signing with authors Tim Meyer, Todd Kiesling, and Frank Edler. There we go. Got my brain working. We'll be at Second Time Books in New Jersey, Mount Laurel, 10 to 2. So come say hello if you want to make a road trip or close to the area, whatever. But come say hi to all the other cooler authors that are cooler than me. But hey, I'm there. So
you better be there in spirit, you son of a bitch.
I'm everywhere in spirit. I don't think, haunting everybody's homes. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Oh no, I'm a liar. Nope, I almost forgot about I screwed this up on Amon's thing too. I'm also do horror reviews with Amon Rosamilia, author Amon Rosamilia, on his YouTube page. We just did one just released recently. We did one on, it's not really horror, but we did one on multiverse or multiple dimensions. So like the Mandela Effect, 41, all those type of movies, all weird alternate timelines and shit. That was a lot of fun. Still a little creepy, those movies, but that was cool. 4 different movies, one big review on all 4 of them. So
hell yeah.
There you go. Now I'm shutting up.
There you go.
Oh, and before I go, I'll tell everyone to watch Loki. Watch Loki.
I wait till everything comes out.
Watch it.
I have a feeling I'm still gonna think Winter Soldier's the best one. The Falcon Winter Soldier's still my favorite.
You'll probably be wrong because Loki is fucking incredible.
Maybe. Could be wrong. Oh, live music is back too. Very last note. On my three dudes and cold brews podcast. I forgot to fucking got to plug that. Three dudes and cold brews podcast. Jesus Christ, I can talk today.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Go check us out over there. Good brother Steve, good brother Dobby was with Dobby real late last night. Fun times. Gonna get into that another time. But we went to see some live music last weekend, like a real live band, like an actual band, and they were the coolest dudes ever, and they were amazing, and it was amazing to hear live, loud amps.
Hell yeah!
Right in the fucking face. It was so much fun.
That's super.
So you're gonna hear about that a lot more over there too, and we're doing a bunch of stuff going on over there. So go check that out. Three Dudes and Cold Brews podcast. You can find us on Spotify and everywhere else that you see things. We also have a master playlist now. I think it's called Songs to Sip to Ultimate Playlist or something along those lines. Fucking lot of fun. I'm not gonna get into that right now, but go check it out if you're into metal and stuff. We have a wild playlist right now that we're putting together. That's
true.
It's fuck. I don't know if you guys haven't listened to it yet. Go, man. It's nuts to listen to. It's a good time. Lots of demonic things. Very, very horror related. All right, we're out of here. Hot. I gotta fucking pee. Peace out.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.